Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you and enjoy the video.
In this video, we'll be showing you how to replace the distributor cap and rotor on this 95 Accord with a V6. Same as a lot of Honda V6s, Honda, probably an Acura V6s for this era. Tools you'll need are either a Phillips screwdriver or an 8mm wrench. Okay, so replacing the cap and rotor on this Honda V6, it's a pretty easy procedure. The cap is held on with either an 8mm wrench. Also, you could use a Phillips screwdriver. You want to remove this bolt and then kind of down in underneath a little bit. There is another bolt you can use, again, either an 8mm or a Phillips screwdriver. Remove these bolts, and notice I'm not just pulling off the wires. You don't want to do that. You have to make sure that you put the wires back on in the same place. So what I like to do is I take the old cap off first. Okay, take the cap and then just kind of pull it over to the side like this. Okay, your rotor is then held on by a 8mm bolt here. Okay, and if you can't get to it, what you can do is you can crank your engine a little bit and change the position of the rotor so it's easier to remove it. What I'm going to do is remove this wire here first from the middle of the distributor cap. So now I have that bolt facing right up. I can use a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, remove it. And then it takes a little bit of just kind of shaking it and it'll pull off. Okay, and then obviously my new rotor goes back on. You can see, here's my old rotor. It's got this burn mark. It's kind of, clean off, but the new one's all nice and new. Just put it on, slide it on nice and tight. Our bolt back in. Okay, and now how I do the cap is there are actually numbers on the caps. Okay, so I line it up. I can see I got a 5 here and a 5 here. But if you buy a cap that doesn't have the numbers, all I do is I put it right next to each other. Okay, I can see my bolt is here, my bolt is here. So then I just start to transfer the wires from this one to this one. Okay, I'm actually just going to take my bolts out of this one because they're a little looser. Okay, and then this one over to this one, and then this one over to this one, and just right in order. So that way I'm just taking it from the old cap and putting it back on the same order to the new cap. Okay, and with each wire, I'm just pushing them in, making sure they click. Okay, and then I can move this old cap out of the way, put the new cap down in place. Here's my 2 new bolts that came with the cap. Okay, and then reconnect my center coil wire. Okay, and we should be all set. And now if you replace the cap in the rotor and you're also replacing the plugs at the same time, what I suggest you do is do them separately. Do the cap and rotor like this, hook up your old plugs, and then after that replace, or before that, replace your plugs and new plug wires one at a time so that you can just disconnect and reconnect. People sometimes make the mistake of just taking everything apart and then doing everything at once, and then sometimes you can be unsure of which wires go to which location, and that can cause some big problems if you go to start it up and it's not all put together correctly.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.